Which of the following is not a feature of parliamentary government? Dissolution of the lower house, absolute separation of powers, collective responsibility of the executive to the legislature, different nominal and real executive. So here you must know what is a parliamentary form of government. See, normally the governments are classified into parliamentary form of government or presidential form of government. This is purely based on the cooperation between legislature as well as executive, or the relation between executive as well as legislature. See, if the executives are responsible to the legislature, we can call it as parliamentary system. If the executives are not responsible to legislature, we can call it as presidential form of government, as we can see in the Constitution of USA. So in case of USA, since they are having presidential form of government, the executives are not responsible to the legislature. But in case of our context, since we are having this parliamentary form of government, our executives are responsible to the legislature only. So you must know the basic features of a parliamentary form of government. That is, in case of a parliamentary form of government, we will have dual executives. That is, we will have a nominal head as well as a real head. Real head is the Prime Minister of India, nominal head is the President of India. This is a feature of our parliamentary system. But in case of USA, they are having only a single executive. So both real as well as nominal is the President of USA. So USA President is both the nominal head as well as the real head. But in case of ours, the nominal head is President of India, real head is Prime Minister of India. So this is a feature of our parliamentary form of government. Question asked here is not a feature. Clear? Then we can say that here in case of our parliamentary system, we will have dual membership. This means a member of executive will also be a member of legislature. I'll give an example. See, Prime Minister is an executive, right? Or all the ministers are what? Executives. See, all our ministers are also MPs, either member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. So they are a part of legislature as well. See, Prime Minister can implement the works of executives. Similarly, since he or she is also a member of parliament, he or she can take part in the legislative mechanism also. So same people are part of executives as well as legislatures. So we call it as dual membership. But in case of USA, there is no dual membership, there is only a single membership. Clear? The executives are not part of legislature in case of USA Constitution. Why? Because in USA, they follow strict separation of powers. I repeat once again, in presidential form of government like USA, they follow strict separation of powers, and under our context, since we are having parliamentary government, we does not follow this strict separation of powers. So this is not followed under our Indian Constitution, that is absolute separation of powers. This is a feature of presidential form of government, and this is not a feature of our parliamentary form of government. Clear? And some of which we can say that the dissolution of lower house. See, hope you know that even before the tenure of 5-year time, the Lok Sabha can be dissolved by the President of India. But that is not possible in the case of USA because they are having the presidential form of government. And the executives have nothing to do with the case of legislature. The executives in case of USA does not need the support of the legislature. But in case of our context, the PM needs the majority support in case of Lok Sabha. The PM needs the support of majority of Lok Sabha members. That mechanism is not there in where? In case of USA legislature. So please compare all these features of parliamentary form of government as well as presidential form of government. Clear? So this, that is the absolute separation of powers, is not a feature of our parliamentary government. So since we have to find out the not feature one, answer is option B, that is absolute separation of powers. Clear? Which of the following is or are unitary features of the Constitution of India? Written Constitution, flexibility of the Constitution, integrated judiciary, and we have to find out the correct answer here. So for this purpose, you must know what is meant by the concept called federalism. See, federalism means a division of powers between various levels of governments. That is maybe the central government as well as local government. And these divisions of powers must be clearly codified into a written constitution. This shows that for a federal country, there must be a written constitution, or otherwise there arose a kind of conflict between various levels of government. So, written constitution is a basic feature of this federal form of government. Also, we can say under federal constitution, there must be clear division of powers, and there the constitution is supreme. That is, the parliament or state cannot breach the provisions of the constitution. Whatever is there in the constitution, they must stick to the limits of the constitution. They cannot go beyond. So, the constitutional supremacy is a part of, or a basic feature of, our federal form of government. Clear? Then we can say that the independent judiciary. That is, even if some governments encroach on the other side, to check that or to clear that, we must have an independent judiciary. Then the most important feature of federalism is the rigidity of the constitution. Rigidity means to amend the provisions of the constitution, the procedure is a little bit tough. It does not mean that the constitution cannot be amended. No, the constitution can be amended, but the procedure is tough. This is what meant by the rigidity of the constitution. Under our context, to amend certain provisions of the constitution, first of all the parliament must pass it, then the state legislatures' consent is also required to amend certain provisions of the constitution. Example, 101st Amendment Act regarding goods and services tax. So, this provision was amended after getting the consent of at least half of the state legislatures, showing the rigidity of our Indian constitution. Then comes the concept called bicameralism. Bi means two, that is having two houses, that is Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. So, how the presence of bicameralism enforces or shows the values of federal government? See, what is Rajya Sabha here? Rajya Sabha means Council of States, right? So, here the Rajya Sabha members are elected by the elected MLAs. This shows that the states are sending representatives to the upper house of the parliament. Why? For national law making. Clear? To make a national law, both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha has to approve it. Clear? So, under Rajya Sabha, who are the members? Who are elected by the state legislative assembly members. So, states are sending their representatives to the Rajya Sabha for national law making. So, directly or indirectly, states are actively participating in this process of national legislative mechanism, showing the values of states under our Indian context. So, these are the basic features of our federalism. Clear? So, this is not a unitary feature. So, unitary feature what means? Where the central government is exercising more or wider powers. Among that one is flexibility of the constitution. This shows that to amend or to alter certain provisions, only parliament's support is enough. They need not get the consent of state legislatures. Similarly, to amend certain provisions, parliament can use it by using a simple majority alone. To say an example, under Article 3, okay, to amend certain provisions, that is, to alter the boundaries of states. That is, if the parliament want to alter the boundaries of a state, say example, few years back, Andhra Pradesh was bifurcated into Andhra Pradesh as well as Telangana state. Or few years back, Jammu and Kashmir state was bifurcated into UTs of J&K as well as UT of Ladakh. So, this is a state's boundaries are being readjusted or re-altered. This, to alter the boundaries of a state, which is a part of our federalism or which is a constant part of our federalism, for that purpose, only simple majority of the parliament is needed. What does it shows? The center is enjoying a unitary feature or unitary powers. Even without the consent of states, they can even alter the boundaries of any states, showing a unitary feature. Clear? Then comes integrated judiciary. Yes, you know that we have a single system of court system, that is Supreme Court at the top, below which High Court, below which various subordinate courts, right? This single system of court system enforces both central laws as well as state laws. I repeat once again, the single system of court system, there is Supreme Court at the top, below which we have a hierarchy of court system. A single integrated system of court system enforces both central laws as well as enforces state laws as well. But see, regarding appointment to Supreme Court as well as High Court, the appointment is made by the center and they are being removed by the center. But see, they also enforce state laws. They also judicially reviews all those state laws. So even though the state laws are being reviewed by the High Court as well as Supreme Court, or the state laws are implemented or enforced by the Supreme Court as well as High Court, but state has no role regarding the appointment or control regarding this judiciary. The power lies with this center, showing a unitary feature. So through this integrated judiciary mechanism, we are having a unitary feature. But see, independent judiciary. See, you must know the difference between integrated judiciary as well as independent judiciary. Independent in the sense the judiciary is independent from the control of executive. Why? To protect the constitution or to uphold the constitutional supremacy, because no one government, either central or state, should not breach their limits. To ensure that only we need a independent judiciary. That is a federal feature. But this integrated system of judiciary, that is a unitary feature. Why? Because appointments are done by the center, removal is done by the center, but they also enforce state laws. They also look the legality of or judicial review the state laws. So where their states has no powers, only power lies with the center. Clear? So regarding which all are the unitary features, answer is 2 as well as 3. That is option C is our right answer. Clear? And you may please note that regarding American Constitution, they are having double system of courts. Okay. USA, they are having double system of courts. That is, their central laws are enforced by their Supreme Court only. We call it as federal court. And their state laws are enforced only by their respective state high court only. I repeat once again, USA does not have an integrated judiciary. Clear? They have double judiciary. That is, central laws are enforced by their Supreme Court as well as central laws are being judicially reviewed by their Supreme Court only. In case of their state laws, implemented by respective High Court and reviewed by respective High Court only. In case of ours, the other is also possible. Clear? So, India we are having integrated judiciary or single system judiciary. In USA they are having double system of judiciary. Clear? So, answer here is C, 2 and 3. Fine.